Hi folks, Steve Hunt, Hunt Commercial Real Estate Buffalo. I'm here at 717 Elk Street, and I want to introduce you to a exciting real estate and business opportunity here at 717 Elk Street. Grow Green operates here out of about 122,500 square feet on 4 acres. But what is being offered is both a real estate and a business deal. We have all the numbers. We're happy to share them with you. But this is a great business for 40 years, and it's available as a package. We were just at Gate 1, which is the entrance to the office area. This is Gate 2 for the deliveries. And you can see the buildings are in the distance there. They're multi-story. We've got tons of overhead doors, and you'll see their use as we get further into the property. We're going to be going in the building later in this video with the owner, who will describe the process. But right here is the exterior of where the materials come in for their packaging. There's 5 bins inside, we'll see, but it's just kind of dumped here and made into its finished product through a series that the owner will describe. This is an incredibly simple and efficient business. Despite the old packaging of the plant, we have the whole business is run by 4 people. 3 of them are owners. Here, as I mentioned, the raw materials are put into this building and sifted through a machine, which the owner will describe. And then you see where that pigeon is sitting in that pipe. They're piped into this building on our right, where things are packaged. The storage of the bagged materials takes place in this building. This is the north side of the complex, and all of this is storage. And on the far side of that wall is where it is distributed to the distribution trucks for the buyers of the material. Buffalo has become something of a movie center, and this building that we're looking at now is being used for a movie, and but it's normally this would be extra storage for the materials. This is where the customers and the delivery trucks come to pick up the finished product. You see we got docks, really accessible. They just pull up with their semis and they're loaded with pallets into the trucks. Folks, we're in the middle of the Grow Green reception area for their raw materials. And I'm here with Tom Connors, who is the majority owner of the business, and we'll chat a little bit about what goes on and how we organize this. Tom, we're looking at 5 bins here. What goes into these 5 bins?
Well, the process of making a bag of fertilizer takes 3 or 4 components. The first component would be nitrogen, which is the white material here. That's the first number on the bag. The second number on the bag is diammonium phosphate, which is in that other area over there. The third item is the muriate of potash, which is the red or pink material that you'll see in a minute. And then we use a carrier of limestone, which is in the very last bin there. The process is all done and mixed by weight and percentage. So we take 8,000 pounds of those materials in proportions, and we put it into our mixer over here. The mixer can hold 8,000 pound mixer. So that's fed in by our skid steer here. Each one is put in by percentage. Mixer turns on, mixes the material for several minutes, and then it's blown over by this large pipe you can see that goes all the way up into the other building. It's all moved by air. There's no mechanical process in that respect.
The next building, we'll take a look at that.
Yes.
This is the building we were just in, the outside of it, where the 5 bins were and the mixing machine. And now we're walking into an adjoining building. We're looking at the reception area in the second building where the raw materials were blown. Tom, what happens here?
Okay, so the material is put into this hopper, which can hold comfortably 12 tons of material. And when this machine is running, this is called a form, fill, and seal machine. Whereas the bags right there come off this roll, and you can run your machine at whatever speed you'd like that's comfortable. And they come down the line here. This side sealer cuts them right here, so it forms a bag. Once the bag is formed, it goes into the filling station, which is here. Bag is filled. It goes through the top sealer here. Once it's sealed, it comes out at this end. And it goes up the conveyor to the automated palletizer.
Here's the other side of the curtain. This is the conveyor leading to the automatic palletizer. So, does someone have to be up there, Tom, to do this?
All you have to do is turn it on and set the program that is preloaded in that computer, and depending on the item, it will palletize the bags automatically into a certain pattern that's been preset. This particular item that we have here is a weed and feed product. There are 10 bags per layer in a pattern. We'll put 140 of them on a pallet, and when that pallet is done, it lowers itself down all the way onto these set of rollers. This is the automatic wrapper. Goes into the station here, and it's wrapped. And you can set that for whatever you'd like as far as how many wraps and tension and so on. And when it's done, it goes all the way to the end of the line, where someone picks it up with the forklift and takes it into the appropriate spot in the warehouse and puts it away.
Well, one of the things that's great about this business is its simplicity and the relatively few number of people who have to work here. When we were looking at the raw materials there, was how many people would be standing around there and that?
There's one person that does that all day, and there's one operator that stays in here all day, and that operator can do everything in here, including taking that pallet off and putting it away and coming back.
So there's 2 people basically who package the whole thing.
Correct.
So these are your bags that
Correct.
you use
it's
here.
It's called film. They call it film because they haven't been formed into a bag yet, but those are some of the items that we make. We have more over there, just depending on what item we're going to run at what time of the year, whether it's fertilizer or ice melter.
So we're looking down at where the bagging process took place, at the end of that hallway. Now, Tom, you mentioned the equipment that we saw is how old? When did you buy that?
18 years ago.
And it was by hand in the area that we're looking at now that you used to do all this, and
Correct.
now that's totally automated.
Totally automated. We went from about 12 employees down to 4 people working here now.
And when you're busy, this whole thing is filled up with
The whole
bags of whatever. All right, we're about to get run over here, so I'll move off here. Tom, this is your build your pallets right here, and this is a tenant, right?
Correct. This is a pallet company that rents space from us, so the pallets are made right here and just taken down to the bagging room when we need them on an as-needed basis. So we have a very good cost for theirs.
Okay, so here, this area is where your customers come and pick up the bagged seed for their stores. So talk about this a little bit.
Well, this is one of our best accounts, Value Home Center, which is located right in Buffalo, New York. We've been doing business with them for close to 40 years, and they give us the orders on a weekly basis. We assemble them for them, and freight company comes in and picks everything up on our loading dock. We have 3 different docks out there. This is just one of our customers.
And how frequently do they come to pick these things up?
Value Home Center will come on a weekly or sometimes every other week during the season until about Memorial Day, and then that's our season is about quiets down then. We do a lot of our shipping to other customers. Most of our customers for fertilizers, we start in January when we're really busy. January and February and March. And then ice melter, conversely, is started in around Labor Day, and we ship that October through December.
Do you use the same sealing system that we looked at for the ice melting too?
Yes, everything's the same.
Okay.
Just different components, obviously.
Right. So, Tom, the simplicity of this business is one of the things that seems so attractive. Tell us about the number of employees and how you run this place.
There's 4 people total that work here. That's it. You got Mary Ellen, who's an owner. She takes care of all the clerical and accounting and so on and so forth. And myself, Carl, and Wayne do all the manufacturing, bagging, loading, accounts, so on and so forth. I take care of sales, inventory, and everything else like that. Very simple.
And you've got a few but great customers.
We have 3 major customers, correct. We've been dealing with Value Home Center for over 40 years, Ollie's Bargain Outlet for 20 years, Christmas Tree Shops for at least 10 off the top of my head.
So
And they're all stellar payers. Net 30 days, you don't have to worry about one collection problem.
this transaction could take several forms. It could be a purchase of both the real estate and the business. It could be a leasing of the real estate and a purchase of the business. The owners would take cash or they would hold paper on the real estate. It's a great opportunity for especially some younger people to get into this business at a reasonable price and grow it into something really spectacular. It's a simple business. There's only 3 owners and 1 other employee, and it would make a great opportunity for a few people who really want to get going and establish a long-term future for themselves.